Hello and welcome to this week's coffee vlog. It's Friday the, what is it? It's the 9th of March now. Heading home at a 25 past 5, so that's not too bad, is it? I shall wait for this one to go. And we'll get on our way. So, yeah, this week it's been, well, it's been another one of those weeks really, yeah. It seems like every week is becoming an unbelievable journey, it is. Now, is he going to let me go? Oh, I'm going to watch out for that. The other day, I nearly got taken out by someone flying up that no entry street that they're not supposed to come up. A little golf. In fact, two of them did it. They're not even supposed to come up there. It's a one-way street just going down, not going up. But no one pays attention to the rules, do they? So, yeah, it's been quite a week, to be honest. So last Saturday, I spent most of the day again on my computer creating the Steemit version of my coffee vlog, which was full of many people's posts and links to things and whatever else. And of course the GIFs from this. The one thing I forgot to put in it and didn't realise till Sunday night, I posted it Saturday night, didn't realise till Sunday night, I'd not actually put the YouTube video of the vlog in the stupid vlog. So the entire point of the vlog post was missing the entire point of the vlog post. How genius is that? What a complete numpty boy. Yeah, so, yeah, super fantastic that was. So I managed to put it in, edit it in, a day later after most people already read it. No one watches the video anyway, really, I don't think. There's only Bob, Bell and Gordon and maybe Ram's thing as well. They're and Rich and Ellis, he watches it, but there's not, I don't imagine so many people watch it. Certainly on Steemit I don't think they do, because most Steemit people are just into the blogs, aren't they, and the writing and photography rather than sitting and watching me waffle on. So yeah, most of Saturday doing that. Sunday, what did I do Sunday? I didn't really do a great deal. I chilled out a bit during the morning, had some lunch, went over to my dad's, cooked him some lunch, then came back home and did my Sublime Sunday post on Steemit, which seems to be going quite well. Quite a few people joining in that now. It's quite nice to have your own tag on Steemit. Must mean I've made it finally. Where's it? I'm sure he's going to fly across the... Yeah, go on. Knew you were going to do that, you little monkey. See you sneaking up on me. So, yeah, so Sublime Sunday posts. Seems to be going well, getting quite popular. People are joining in, which is great. And the thing is, it's just a fun thing for Steemit. You know, you just do whatever you want to post. You a funny picture. I've got into these... funky edits. Yeah, I use a Pixar app on the iPhone, and you can just go in and you can put different effects onto a picture, so it completely changes it. You make it all different colours and all sorts. So obviously I'll leave a link below to the posts of the week, which are not so many actually. I'm not getting a chance to post much on Steemit nowadays. Seems to be down to about 3 a week, but what can you do, really? Is it well, go on. I'm letting the world in tonight. So generous. So yeah, so enjoyed that Sublime Sunday, and then Monday morning went to work, unlocked, walked in the entrance reception area and discovered it was waterlogged and showering from the roof. Marvellous. Great way to start your Monday morning, stamping about through a good few centimetres of water on the floor and it pouring from above on you. So yes, a pipe upstairs at my work had frozen in those -5 temperatures last week, all the snow and ice we had, and yes, on Sunday, because it decided Sunday was the perfect day to get milder and everything to defrost, the frozen pipe defrosted and leaked. It burst and it leaked pretty much mains water out for goodness knows how long. You know, it must have been it got milder Sunday afternoon really, so it could have been afternoon or evening, whatever. It leaked all the water out it could, everywhere. Marvellous. So yes, it was a hasty rush round to find the source of the leak, found that, turned the water off to stop the leak, and then fix the leak, which fortunately I could do, because obviously I do quite a bit of fitting plumbed in coffee machines that need water hoses, so I have lots of hose and lots of fittings to do whatever I want to connect them up. So I located the pipe, and in front of it was only about like a 35cm section of copper pipe, and it had got isolation, not isolation valves, just joint valves. So isolation valves would have been even better. I might have been able to isolate something off, but it was joint valves. So what I ended up doing, I removed that section of pipe right next to a bit of a wall, so it's a pain to unbolt those compression fittings, just trying to get in to the gap and get it off. And then I'd got some speed fit hose, and I got speed fit fittings that just screw on, much like you'd bolt on a compression fitting for a copper pipe like that. I just screwed on the plastic fittings in the place with this John Guest speed fit pipe between them. Perfect. Turned it back on, went back up. That wasn't leaking, but there was another leak further down the system, spraying water right at my head where I stood, where the other leak was. So it had got another pipe as well, and once pressure had been fully restored to that, so I ended up having to turn the water off again. And I cut the John Guest pipe in half and popped in a little isolation valve, John Guest isolation valve, speed fit again, and just I thought I'll try isolating off with this and see if that stops that leak, and it did. So I've cut off water to various bits of the upstairs, but we never really needed it there anyway, so it's not a huge problem. And yeah, that solved the leak. Of course, it doesn't help the fact we're having to mop and sweep, brush all the water out from the reception area and try and mop up, and it got the front office as well as the reception area. Some miracle, don't ask me how, it managed to miss the computers in the front office, where it was all dripping. Just seemed to manage to just miss everything: phones, phone system, computers, the whole shebang. All the electrics that you don't want to get wet were in there, but somehow it missed them and just got on the floor mostly, and a bit of a desk and some bits of papers that weren't too important. So I mean, that was, you can't really call it fortunate, but as things go, it could have been considerably worse, because I mean the main accounts computer is in there, and if it had fried that, obviously it would have meant reinstalling from the Sage backup to get all the accounts up and running again, which would have been a right ball ache. Oh, I've just turned the engine off, so that means the dash cam is going to go off now. Right, I shall come back in a minute with Mr. Nels's words of wisdom. Okay, see you in a minute. Okay, I'm back from dropping the parcels off. Not so many today. It's calmed down a little bit. Amazon got a little bit salty with me. Order defect rate. So you're supposed to have less, under the 1% order defect rate. Got 1.9. Ooh, 1.9 defect rate. Yeah. You know, some people didn't get the stuff. You know, a lot of it gets posted Royal Mail second class with no tracking. And to be fair, you know, if you don't send stuff tracked, there are some people get something. Oh, it's not tracked. Oh yeah, I'll just say not add that then and get it for free. Can't do a lot about that. But then tracking's that expensive, so I don't know. Anyway, I told them what I was going to do was cut all the listings that I was having problems with and just sell the stuff that was, you know, no problem. So that's what that was about. I'm on the phone for about half an hour yesterday. Amazon thing. Such is life. Anyway, so we shall do Mr. Nels's words of wisdom. Let's see what he says. So, things to talk about on your vlog. Richard Nellis has watched Beavis and Butthead Do America on Thursday evening. You know, I was thinking about Beavis and Butthead the other night, actually. I used to love that. It was such a great, fun film. I watched it loads as a lad, with some mates as well. We were really quite into that. So, yeah, Beavis and Butthead Do America. I might have to watch that myself sometime, if I ever get time. I've not got no time to do now. I watch videos and films and things. I mean, I even got a new I've got a new router. It's a filter, FLTER, which is a VPN filter. Well, it's a VPN router, so it does Wi-Fi and Ethernet, but it just covers everything that's attached to it under a VPN. Got that built into it, so I need to do a going to do a review of that, hopefully for Steemit, if I get a chance to do that as well. But you know, that arrived last Saturday and it's just been sat. I've not touched it since. Just no time for all these things. So to the Global Radio Channel Network Awards since last Thursday, as Ed Sheeran's Shape of You was the most played song and Andrea Bocelli was Best Classical Artist. Very good. The Oscars of 2018, as The Shape of Water was Best Picture and Gary Oldman was the winner of The Darkest Hour. Fair enough. Bill Turnbull having prostate cancer, but he was on MasterChef. Right, he was on MasterChef. Very good. It was Richard's mum's birthday on Tuesday. Very good. Happy birthday to your mum, Richard. Alan Titchmarsh doing his poetry album called The Glorious Garden, as it was John Suchet's album of the week on Classic FM. Very good. Also, Richard will be going to the Golden Dragon with his mum as a birthday treat this Friday evening. Oh, tonight, so you're going out for a nice Chinese then. Lovely. What will you be doing in the mornings, afternoons and evenings on Saturday or Sunday? Are you going to your... Yes, I'm going to go and see my mum on Sunday. Yes, for Mother's Day, I'll take some flowers. I'm not... Oh, he's going to Lightcliff Tea Rooms. I haven't been actually for a while. Someone else went the last time, so... There you are then. Right, that is that. That's Mr. Nellis's words of wisdom. Thank you, Mr. Nellis. Filled in that little batch there. Let's get on the road again. Yes. Go, Blood Shark. So, yes, Monday was a bit of a trial, like I say, with all the water, getting there slow. I mean, we're still ploughing on. I've got a dehumidifier going, trying to soak some of the water up, and we've got some heaters in the reception area. We don't normally have that heated, just again trying to dry it out, but of course got like doors that aren't wanting to shut properly because they're all swollen and all the woodwork's not very happy. It's a bit of a thing, to be honest. It is. So yeah, that was that. So Wednesday I had an update for the MacBook Pro. So I'm on the macOS High Sierra, but I'm on the beta, developer beta issues of it, and it's just been so... High Sierra has been horrible on my MacBook Pro. So many graphical glitches. It seems to be in Safari as well, and everything goes wonky, and then you just none of it works right. So Wednesday morning I'd got an update, and I thought, you know, I'm going to install it straight away because it might solve some of these problems. Because there's been a couple of times I've had to reboot the thing because I just couldn't see anything. It just glitched out the graphics completely. Couldn't see what was going on. In fact, I couldn't even see to shut the thing down to reboot it. It just all went wonky. So Wednesday morning got in, I thought that popped up, and I went, oh, I'll install that. Now, obviously, if you were clever, which I'm obviously not, you'd think maybe I won't install an update on a computer I need to use immediately. Maybe you'd wait until at home on a night and just leave it on its own to do it. But no, genius me, first thing Wednesday morning, I'll set it off and do a few things while it's doing it because it won't take long. Hour and a half later, 3/4 through the progress bar and not moving anywhere, and I'm like, oh man, because obviously I was stuck really with, couldn't do a lot. I'd done a lot of the stuff that I could do not on the computer. Could have used one of the Windows PCs at work, but really?
Warning, risk zone, speed
and it'd been Windows 7 as well. God no. So I was looking at it, and this progress bar was not moving, and I was googling on my phone about it, and then some people, oh yeah, and we had to shut down and then boot to recovery and then reinstall the whole OS and whatever else. I'm thinking, oh god, I really cannot be doing with that. So in the end, I shut it down. 3/4 way through the update, shut it off, just held the power button down so it went off, powered it back on again.
Speed limit,
By
30
some
miles per
miracle,
hour.
it booted back up to the progress bar it was on, and then all of a sudden started moving again and finished and let me log in. It's like it was waiting for me to reboot it to make it work. Huh? How's that work? That's just... I have no idea about that at all. Is it? Better waiting until there's no one coming to do that sort of manoeuvre. So, yeah, some miracle, it just came back up to life again. So, disaster averted, and touch wood, it's not been so bad doing the glitches. Well, in fact, I've not seen them since, so maybe they've finally fixed it. I presume it's a particular graphics problem with the GPU that's in my particular Mac Pro, which is 2013 Mac Pro, 15-inch MacBook Pro Retina. So maybe they just never really quite got the tweaking done with that graphics card. But anyway, it's been a lot better since, but I'll try and remember not to install updates when I need to use the thing on a morning, just in case they take forever like that did. It was a complete nightmare, that was. So I had that. Thursday morning, snowed buckets. Who'd believe it? You know, just got used to the weather being all right again and not having to mess about on a morning digging my car out to leave work and defrosting and whatever else. So,
Warning, K-band.
and
Radar, check speed.
yeah, snow just out of nowhere. Ton of snow, absolutely loads. So I made the brave and probably stupid decision to go up towards Queensbury because I didn't want to spend all day stuck at Stump Cross again. And the first kind of fail for the Cadger, unfortunately, it got stuck going up Cooper Lane. Well, I say stuck, it didn't get stuck because it did what the technology is supposed to do. The traction control realised the wheels were slipping and automatically took over the engine control from me. Thanks very much, car. Don't trust me to do what I want to do with you. And just kind of nudged me up the road that was really slippy and icy at a snail pace, which wasn't impressing the van behind me, who was trying to push me up himself. He was that close. And obviously he got no traction control, so could just blast his way through it. And in the end, the Volvo Estate, he decided to overtake and go past up me. He was spinning his wheels like chuff. He'd got no traction control either, but he got himself going and up the hill past me. But yeah, it kicked in. What killed it for me, I was fine, I got onto it and I got going once it got a bit of traction. Once I was going, fine, no problem up there, but some red Audi had obviously got stuck or stopped at that point, so that stopped us all, and because I'd been stopped I couldn't get going again. Well, it got going in its own special way, which was just very, very slowly, which wasn't impressing other people, but at least it was still going. You know, it's not like you just sat on the hill spinning your wheels going nowhere, wrecking your engine and clutch. It did what it's supposed to do, which is I'll inch you up the hill by controlling power. So literally I got me foot down, I got it in first gear with the foot to the floor on the accelerator pedal, no noise from the engine because it was all being handled by the traction control gizmo. So, you know, I can't say it's a fail because it got me where I was supposed to go. I didn't get stuck, it just took a very, very long time to do it. Maybe last April when I said, and I quote, "I'm not paying the extra £5 a month for four-wheel drive version Cadger because we don't get any snow now in the UK. It's all mild winters." I said that to myself. That was tempting fate, one thinks a little bit, don't you? Oh, so yeah, and then, well, how much snow have we had? It's just been non-stop since, like, end of November. Snow, ice, God knows what else. It's just been complete and utter nightmare. So, yeah, maybe I should have got the four-wheel drive version. But on the whole, it's been great. It got me everywhere. I've not actually physically got stuck. That bit took a bit of time, but I got there in the end. Nearly came a cropper at the bottom of Cooper Lane though, heading down to the lights. Took that bend round to the left a little bit too eagerly after being stuck for so long on the hill, and yeah, started sliding out towards the barrier bit. It was could have been a bit of a nasty one, that. Of course, the problem is, again, people who are used to driving in snow and ice and whatever else know this, but we forget because we don't get used to it that much, or I'm getting more used to it now than I have done ever before. You know, when you start sliding, what you want to do is slam your brakes on. Well, that's the worst thing you can do because you just slide even more. And of course, the thing to do is to just stop accelerating, but keep the gear in so the engine controls and lets it sort of keep the wheels turning, and then you can guide round. So I managed to get over my initial panic, and I was like, you know, 'cause the turning, myself turning was sliding the car. So of course the first thing to do is, oh, I'm sliding, I'll brake, jam the brakes on. That was then caused more sliding. I was like, this is not going good. And then I realised I was making a big mistake. Stopped braking, stopped accelerating, and just left the engine to idle its way along. And that consequently slowed me and allowed the wheels to keep turning, so that I came out of the slip and continued around and didn't hit anything, fortunately. So bit of a moment, but it's one of those things to remember, isn't it, not carrying speed into a bend like that. So yeah, that was lovely. Snow Wednesday, great. Last night on Steemit I did my Coffee of the World post. Finally, it's been a week and a half for that. That was my Thailand Doi Cheng Estate post. Just been hanging on to do that for ages, not had a chance, and other things have been going on. So finally got that up, so I was pleased about that. And yeah, just ploughing on, really, onwards and upwards. So on the whole, everything is going okay. Apart from all those problems, everything is okay. Steemit wise, I'm getting on. Still ploughing on with everything that I do. Struggling to find my own blog posts anymore because I re-steam so many people instead. Doing my best to promote them. I see the bin and then still a week late, and they've still not been today. And they were supposed to come today, and they said because they missed last week, they were going to take any empty bin bags. Any empty bin bags. So we put our, you know, we put extra bin bags because with them missing, you know, being a week late, and sort of accepted that people would have had a lot of rubbish, but I put them all out and they've not been. Great. So hopefully they're going to turn up tomorrow, or we're going to be in a bit of a pickle, especially with those bags, because the cats love riving into them. There's bits of toys all over the place today. I don't know what's going on. Kids of this street, I'm going to try and just not get, yeah, he's trying to avoid, he's going to run over it, that toy is. He's got to sneak past me bin. Obviously I've been sneaking past the bin. Oh, he's actually making the effort to get the toy out of the way. So yeah, that's it. So yeah, I've been getting on with Steemit. It's that busy. I've been got loads on with it. You know, I've just really sort of not so much to do now. Oh, he's moving another toy that's in the way. That was the one I managed to fit round, but he's trying to not run over it. Yeah, I've been getting on with it. It's loads. There's loads to do. I can't really keep up with it. Trying my best, but you know, you can only do so much. I'm just one guy. But it's good fun still. I'm enjoying it. That's the main thing, isn't it? Just still trying to recharge my vote power. Ruined it last night completely. I just went on a complete upvote of fun. Randomly upvoting loads of people, a lot of the new ones that are trying to get into the alliance that we look after in the playground, try and get them to work together and get the whole idea of upvoting each other and looking after each other. Yeah, I just went on a mission. Upvoted loads of people, went from 85% down to about 68% or something vote power. It's like, oh no, it's going to take forever. So all today it's been chugging away. I might be nearly at 80 again now, but just resisting the temptation to upvote. I can't. I can't do it, but I need to get it back to 100 because it's a waste of all that steam power I've built up and bought delegations for, because you know, you don't get the full vote value if you're not 100%. You get a fraction of it. So, got to try my best to stay off upvoting. So tonight I'll get this video done. There's a few videos up, obviously my snowy ones, snowy driving ones, or whatever else, the foggy one. And yeah, so have a good weekend and next week, and I'll catch you in next week's coffee vlog. Okay, see ya.